Hey guys, what's up? It's Mary. So first I want to apologize just for like the crappy lighting. It's kind of cloudy outside. Usually it's not, so maybe that's it. I don't know, my camera has been a little weird lately, but I don't know, it just looks like grainy and I don't like that. Anyway, today, first things first, I wanted to talk about my little sneak attack video that I put up yesterday. So I'm glad that people watched it because I gave no warning that was total impulse. But I did want to talk about that, so I was really inspired to put that parody up because of the recent vote from the FCC to repeal net neutrality. So the good news is that it's not done yet. We still have a chance to, totally get rid of this, like, bullshit that's going on. I think that it still has to go to Congress, I'm pretty sure, and you can actually text BATTLE, BATTLE, to 384-387, I believe, and you can get in contact with Congress and talk to them about, this whole thing and why it's so messed up and why they shouldn't vote to repeal it. I mean, it's just like a load of crap. I mean, I'm pretty sure 80% of the population doesn't agree with this, and the fact that 3 people could make this decision is just absolutely terrible. And I feel like I'm repeating a rhetoric. Is that it? Is that the word? Whatever. I'm repeating things that you're hearing or seeing on Twitter, but like they're right, they're true, and it's just I watched it happen live with my mom, and we were both just like, this is so infuriating. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Check out the video if you want to. It's called Save Net Neutrality, a parody of Sunday Bloody Sunday by U2. And yeah, and it has info about who you can text and everything to contact Congress in that description, and I'll probably put it in the description as well. Okay, so we're gonna get down to the topic of this video. So I wanna talk about being 20 and what it's like to be 20 and why I personally think that being 20 kind of sucks. Okay, so that sounds great and cheery and happy, and I'm so glad we're on this road together. So, alright. So, let's backtrack a little bit. When I was like 16, I remember being very, very happy about being 16. I loved being 16. I thought it was the best age to be. I thought I was at my most creative. I thought I was peaking. Like, I felt good about myself. I was dressing really cute. I had, all these followers on Tumblr and stuff, and my music was going really well. And like, I was writing music. That's basically all that was happening with that. So I didn't want to be 17, and I mean, my friends can vouch for me. I said multiple times about how much I didn't want to be 17. I hated it. I complained about it all the time. And people were like, why? It seems like such a fun age and you get more responsibility, but in a good way. And I was like, I just like being 16. And so then I turned 17, and I liked being 17, and then I turned 18, and I loved being 18 because of all the new freedoms that I had, along with some of the responsibility. And then 19 came along, and 19 was just a weird age because for the first half year of being 19, I still felt like a teenager. I still felt like I was like 18, and I felt like I wasn't ready to be 20. And then as I got closer to being 20, I was like telling people that I was 20 already. Like, I felt so done with being a teenager. I was so ready to put that behind me. I was so ready to be 20. And then I think it was like a week before I turned 20, I started getting scared about it because I was like, oh my god. I was like, am I less is everything I do now less impressive because I'm no longer a teenager and I'm 20 and yada yada, all these existential thoughts. And I've been 20 since April. My birthday is April 16th. And it's been a wild ride of going between loving being 20 and loving not being a teenager anymore, and kind of being worried about it, honestly. Would I go back to being a teenager? Hell no, because I'm honestly glad that whole part of my life is done with, over with, woo, out the door. But being 20 is just confusing, guys. Like, it's you could be anywhere in life right now. You could be raising a family. You could be in school. You could still be at home. You could be working your ass off at a job. You could be doing none of those things. You could be doing every single one of those things. It's the weirdest place to be. Like, you could be getting married. I know some people who graduated with me who are getting married, which, like, awesome for you. I'm so happy, honestly. But, like, I can't even think of myself getting married or any of my friends right now or like having babies or anything. Again, good for you if you're doing that, and I really wish you luck, and it's awesome that you have your life together like that. Just personally for me, how are you doing that? Oh my god. It's crazy to me because I couldn't see myself doing that because it mentally and kind of emotionally, I'm still like, I'm 12 years old. But it's kind of like, you feel when you're 20, or at least I do, and the people that I've talked to about this do, you almost feel like you need to start getting your life together right away because there's never a clear age or time when you should have your life together. Some people say, you know, some people get their life together at 18, and by like 23, they're super successful. Some people start getting their life together at like 26. They, you know, spend the first few years of their 20s just being carefree and happy, which is honestly what I would want to do if I wasn't constantly thinking about my career and stuff like that. Some people say that you should spend all of your 20s having a good time and just going with the flow and not buckle down until you're 30. And all of those are valid life choices. And, you know, as long as you're happy and you can provide for yourself and you're not hurting anyone, then, you know, do whatever the hell makes you happy. There shouldn't be a set time. But set time to like get your life together. But the problem is that you feel like there has to be one, or at least I do. The people I've talked to feel that way, and it's just this weird feeling because on one hand I'm like, I was just a teenager like 6 months ago, and then on the other hand I'm like, but I'm moving into my 20s, like it's like scary. And I don't know, you just have a lot of life questions at 20. You're like, who am I? Who is the person I'm gonna be? Because a lot of being a teenager is figuring out what your interests are and what your personality is and who you are as a person. And you kind of go through that again in your early 20s because you do have to make a new identity for yourself in a lot of ways. You are out of school, or you're in college at least, so there's a new identity there. You might be working like a kind of real job, so there's a new identity there. And you just, it's so weird. And, I think that's the only way I can say it. Like, it's just weird. And I feel like, see, I'm the kind of person who I rely on media a lot to kind of, like, one of my favorite movies is Spirited Away. You guys all know how much I love Studio Ghibli. And I've loved that movie since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I loved the movie because it was imaginative and inventive, and there were all these crazy monsters, and I loved the music, and I related to the little girl because I could be the same as Chihiro. And I watched it again, I think, right out of high school, and I just realized how much this movie, like, I can still connect with it, as I think then I was just turning 19. But, because the movie is about going on a journey and becoming a better person or learning how to deal with life in a better way. So, okay, that was a side rant, but, or it's not side rant, but whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. A segue. That's what I meant to say. But so, like, that movie really helped me because I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be fine. I just need to go through this little journey that I'm on right now. And it's really comforting to know that. So, like, I don't rely, I guess I don't want to say I rely on media and stuff, but, like, it's very helpful to me when I can watch a movie or a TV show or read a book or hear a song that is talking about what I'm going through right now in my life. Like, revisiting the Beatles, John Lennon's music, revisiting all the old songs I used to listen to. I had a very different idea of what they meant when I was a teenager, and now that I'm like 20 and I'm the age that some of these people were, or I'm coming into the age that some of these people were when they were writing these songs, I'm like, oh my god, I can like relate to this on a whole other level. But I feel like a lot of the time there isn't a lot of stuff like that for people who are 19, 20, because I feel like it's just that confusing of an age that nobody even wants to tackle it. And when they do, it's always kind of like, I don't know, it's either super, super simplified to the point where you might not even be able to relate to it, or it's so convoluted and just out there that it's just like, yeah. And yeah, I don't know, most of this has been a rant, but you know, that doesn't make sense, but this is how I feel, and it's like weird. And guys, let me know if you feel this way too, if 20 is an odd age for you. For my friends who are 21 or gonna be 21, let me know if it's changed at all. Let me know if you guys feel old for whatever reason. Maybe it's just because, you know, with the internet, I see all this stuff that makes me feel nostalgic, and I'm like, wow, am I really that old? I don't know, but let me know if you guys have dealt with this and you have overcome it, or you've figured out a way to move on and stop feeling like you need to get your life together or that you're old or whatever. Let me know in the comments, because honestly, I need all